Here's a copy of my lovely statistics book. The only way to get a readable print book with lots of equations like this is to start in some sort of latex editor such as LIX. Then you can export your book interior as a PDF file to a publisher such as Amazon.
I am happier with larger text than what is available in my textbooks. Most students say that they like large type whether they need glasses or not.
Well, I used a latex document class called ComaScript, and it turned out to only allow a base font size of 12 point. Unfortunately, some of your books are just 10 point. In any case, if I could have used a larger font, I could not have fitted all of it into one 8 by 5 by 11 print book. However, thank you for bringing me to the point. The obvious solution was to convert it to a more readable form, such as for a Kindle. So here is how I got it into a format which works great on Kindles or on the Kindle Reader. This format is also available on iPads and on any device that can run the Kindle Reader, including a desktop or a laptop computer. There are a number of other alleged ways to do this, but all of them involve either a doc file from MS Word or LibreOffice Writer, or they require some sort of HTML file such as an EPUB. Unfortunately, these processes are not very good for textbooks, especially not for math-based subjects. Using these formats or converting to these formats, even on the way to an Adobe-style PDF file, invariably scrambles up equations and loses some of the Greek characters. My book has hundreds of equations, so these approaches do not work. However, what I'm about to show you works great if you are willing to give up a few of the nicer features of Kindle. Amazon recently made a way to convert a PDF file into a Kindle file called a KDF. You might be able to use it with your unaltered original source PDF file for your print book, but the results might not be ideal. If you wish to try that, you can skip forward to the minimal approach section in this video. However, for the best results, you may wish to adjust for potentially small screens by going back to your LaTeX editor. If you use LaTeX but did not use LIX, you might want to try the equivalent in another LaTeX editor, or you might be able to import your LaTeX file into LIX. Consider the following steps and fit them to your needs. Space is scarce on small screens such as Kindles or iPads. However, suitable devices such as these do not need to waste space on a lot of margin. So I reduced the margin settings to 1/2 inch. Smaller margins might also work. In general, a PDF file with page numbering is essential. This is because it is unlikely that you will be able to attain an automated table of contents, and you will almost certainly not be able to automate a larger index. Some folks say that font size is unimportant when a PDF is on a Kindle. Although that is technically true, it might not be operationally true. If your print book size is not minimal, make it smaller so that the Kindle font size will look bigger on the small screen from the very first. To do this in LIX, I went to Page Layout to change my page size from 8.5 by 11 inches to 6 by 9 inches. That put less material on each page. In effect, that increased the number of digital pages in the Kindle book a lot. That also made the type look much bigger. The resulting page was more handily readable on small screens. To make page numbers fit more nicely using LIX and ComaScript style, I added the above code to the preamble, and I also added it to the description below. In LIX, that means I went to Documents, then to Settings, and scrolled down to the LaTeX preamble. Then I cut and pasted this addition from the description below. For sharpness where possible on a variety of screens, I use various graphics programs to make sure my images were 300 pixels per inch. Also where possible, I use graphics software to resize the images to no more than 1800 pixels wide because they are headed for some rather small screen. But for similar reasons, I also tried to avoid images much less than 1800 pixels wide. Avoid attempts to center images as by using paragraph settings. Additional quad and double quad spaces are okay, but be moderate and avoid pushing images too far to the right. Be sure the images in appropriate tables, anything LIX calls floats, are anchored rather than floating. In LIX, click on the image or table and click Settings, then Here Definitely. This will also avoid some of them mysteriously being moved to the end of the PDF. Later, you will have to check and correct the positioning of any of the images that have to be moved by hand due to occasional interactions with page breaks, etc. But you will still be the one in control. You can substitute the color versions of any graphic pictures that you couldn't put in your print book. They look great, and a few color images will have very little, if any, effect on the cost of an electronic book. Image sizes should all be in terms of percent, not in terms of centimeters or inches. Lick's equations or tables, which run over margins, may be shortened by using the text style button on the toolbar. It's a little button that says ABC. You can choose small, smaller, and smallest. None of these will change the readable size as extremely as you might at first expect. Output the files as PDFs. In Lix, I used the File tab and chose the Export Then PDF LaTeX. Now, whether you have adjusted the PDF or not, you can process a file for Kindle using Kindle Create. Kindle Create is free to download and use from Amazon.com. Download and install it if you haven't already. Have your front and back covers available as separate files, with no spline. In Kindle Create, you must select Print Replica before you import the PDF. That will produce the KDF file that you need for uploading to Amazon. Kindle Create will allow you to add some pages, so you can add the back cover image of your print book as last page of your interior PDF file. Now export your KDF file to someplace handy, such as your desktop. Before uploading to the Kindle site, you need to have the following information and materials ready: title, front cover, keywords, and the price you want. I will return to the subject of price later in this presentation. There will also be an option for subtitles, and subtitles may, in effect, add keywords. You may also need a formatted description of your book. You can copy and paste from a word processing file, such as a doc file in LibreOffice or Microsoft Word. To upload your finished KDF file and your front cover, have your materials ready. Then go to the Kindle Direct Publishing website and choose Kindle eBook. It will request each of the above items, and it will also ask for contributors, generally referring to co-authors. Single authors can usually leave that blank. Filling in the blanks is mostly obvious. Be certain to copy and paste the formatted blurb describing your book where it says description. Carefully choose the two categories. Skip the children's book part unless applicable. Save and continue when ready. Skip Cover Creator and upload your front cover as a JPG or a TIFF. Adding digital rights means that readers cannot pass on your Kindle book as to other students. Upload your book as the KDP file from Kindle Create. Then you will be able to launch a previewer to see if things are going okay. Pricing your book can be trickier than you might expect. If you choose to enroll in KDP Select, there are additional potential pitfalls, including that you will be giving Amazon permanent exclusive rights. Research this carefully before you decide to do it, or not to do it. Beware, it often pays more to accept the 35% royalty than to choose the 70% royalty. If you choose the 70% royalty, Amazon may charge you 15 cents per megabyte each time your customers upload your book. That can eat up all your profits and could theoretically end up with Amazon billing you. To keep the cost of this academic book down, I did not choose Select, and I priced my book at $9.95. That way I accepted a 35% royalty, and I will receive about $3.50 royalty on my huge Kindle book rather than only about 70 cents royalty per book sold at the alleged 70% royalty. I might not be able to buy a Ferrari, but I will be able to save for a skateboard. In the upload process, you will be able to launch the previewer. The previewer will show you any errors in the format. They must be corrected for the upload to be accepted by Amazon. As far as I know, my book is, for the moment, the largest math-based Kindle book available. It is over 800 pages when nicely stretched to make it more readable. But there will be others. Maybe yours will be even larger. Good luck.